Good evening, and a pleasant welcome to yet another wonderful and exciting edition of your favorite TV talk show, Things About Men. As you know, we meet here every Tuesday evening to discuss wonderful topic on the program, Things About Men. This is a social, educative, informative, and interactive platform that brings out the realities and true nature about men. What are some of the things they say? What are some of the things they do or even think when they are together just as men? As always, we meet here Tuesday, Karen, Emmanuel, and I to disclose or unveil some of the deepest, darkest, and interesting things about men. So once again, wherever you're watching, this is TMA, Things About Men. Like I say, welcome to Live TV and welcome to the program, to our Facebook follower. We say thank you to you, Walk Over TV. We say thank you for following us. And we are back here with another interesting topic of discussion. Alright, let me just give you our topic of discussion and we jump right into our discussion. Okay, today we're going to be discussing or asking the question, why men hate on women? Why would a man want to be on this woman? That's the big question, and that's the topic we're going to be discussing today. And we'll also find out who's to blame at times. Is it always the man's fault? This is exactly what we're going to be discussing. So wherever you are watching us, you are just in time for this wonderful, interesting topic. So let me just take this time to welcome Karen and Emmanuel. Gentlemen, we are all welcome to the program again.
Yeah, I still welcome
I have to welcome us now. I said we.
Alright.
What is guy trying to go, Emmanuel? What's the problem?
Alright.
This is TMA, man.
Oh, it's very nice to be back again.
Yeah, every Tuesday evening, right, Karen?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, like we all like I told our viewers that today we're going to be discussing this very interesting topic. Anyway, as always, why do men hate on women? That is the question. That is our topic of discussion. Why do men hate on women? Kari, you're going to kick off today. Last week, Amanda kicked off.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's start off with Kari. Why do men hate on women? This is what we're discussing today. Let's start off with that.
But this is a very interesting topic, because it's obvious that every second there's a woman out there that's being hit by men.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish if every second there's a man there that's doing very well for his wife instead of hitting on her. But anyways, like if you were
Sometimes
to
you have
ask,
to be like in a relationship.
oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't have to be in a relationship. Like that's the reason why I would say hitting a woman on a woman. Yeah. So there are so many reasons why men do hate on women. People will give you 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as they think they have. Because everyone have a reason for doing something.
Their own reason.
Yeah, but basically, I think one key and most important reason why a man will hit on a woman is because he's weak.
Weakness.
Yes, because he's weak within. To the point he's so weak that he cannot control himself. He cannot control his desire. He cannot control his anger. He cannot control his emotion.
He's weak emotionally.
Emotionally.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and because he's weak, so he tends to vent out his anger easily by hitting physically.
Okay.
Yes, and there's one hadith from the Quran that says the strongest man is not the one who are wrestle with others, but the one who knows how to control his temper. So you are strong if you can control your temper. You are weak if your temper can control you. So if you think you can fight somebody and you feel you're strong because you can beat the person, no. You are very weak. So that's one of the key reasons why a man will hate a woman. And interestingly, there's a study that has said that they are not just weak emotionally inward, but they are also weak. Weak as in sexually they are weak.
Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder you
sexually they are weak. So because they cannot give that sexual pleasure in a relationship, most of them, because they cannot give that sexual pleasure, they turn to react in a more physical way by hating. So they are weak emotionally and sexually they are also weak. Yeah.
That's a very, very sensitive point, man. You agree, right?
Oh, everything he said about logic, and then like he said from the beginning, there's so many different reasons that men hate.
What can you come up with that?
All right, let me just set up a little basic. Like if it's in a home, you see a boy child trying to hit on his little sister, he's trying to correct her to do the right thing.
At times.
At times, yeah. Maybe you see us going wrong
And they don't
want
get
to do the right thing. Like maybe I try to correct her 2-3 times, and she's not like the thing she's supposed to do. Yeah. So sometimes you gotta like get her right and not get her. And the second stage is doing a cool shit, probably like your guys are dating before marriage. And you observe this guy, probably he's emotional, very emotional towards that woman. Maybe he said something to him, he raised his hand when the first time he hit you. The next time, you know, you have to be somebody physically, beat them in words, beat them so many ways.
Yeah.
So and you see, you observe some of his action is not right. It's kind of weak, as Gary said, very weak emotionally, very weak every other way you think of. And he's still getting the lead from that stage again to marriage stage. What do you expect? Well, yeah, expect that man to beat your face every time. So you see sometimes I can say why do men be done because we need to give them the privilege to especially come to relationship and not like family where you go for your little sister anymore. So where is relationship? You gotta go through cool shit, dating period, everything before you can get married. You observe that Paul is very emotional, Paul is weak, family, Paul to get angry, you know, he only do a lot of things. Still look at it. Men being like this, they still wishing one day he would change for 2-3 years we get married.
Times people change. So
Okay, let me come into that.
Yeah.
Right? You know, most times people tend to blame a victim who's in a relationship that she's being abused every time. There are few things people don't realize. Why? Because you are not the victim.
yeah.
So you don't know what the person is going through. And what's happening is, when it comes to being abusive, men that are abusive, 99% of them, it's a choice, it's a habit that they talk. There is not something you're born with. It's a habit that they talk, and they orchestrate it. They plan it well. You understand me? They are very sensitive. Very sensitive. Now, they are manipulative as well. In the beginning, they make you feel like a queen.
Good.
They make you feel like you are the best woman ever. They show you all of the love, and whatever you say is what they go by. So once you make the woman feels like her heaven is here with you, she feels secure with you. And that's the interesting part about it. When they start, because that's the first phase.
Yeah.
The phase 1, they make you feel heaven. The phase 2, they isolate you. It's going to take you from your friends that maybe will want to tell you what this guy is doing is wrong.
It's wrong.
Try to open your eyes. You will tell God, I don't want such and so friends. They are bad friends.
Cut it off.
Take you away from your family members. Who's going to open your eyes to reality?
Try to
Possess you to where, you know, even if he's hating on you, people will not hear the voice easily.
We tune up the music out.
So, and he's taking you like, baby, I want us to have private time. I just want to be with you. That's the manipulation there. So once you are in there and you start to misbehave, you feel like, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Now I mean this. But the guy has been nice to me. So instead of you, the person who is the victim, blaming him, you're blaming yourself. That maybe I'm doing something. That's the reason why this guy is being like this. Not knowing this guy is using you.
Yeah. Oh, that's another point I was driving at, but think about at least brought it up. You know, before somebody, probably 2000 of money started with full step friend. There's something in this guy's character that during the time you got pushing, you know, dating, you know, trying to build a relationship, marriage. You observe before you meet your wife, Gary. There are a lot of things you observe about how people you say, yeah, this woman is the soul of the flesh.
Some people have their bad ways.
Even you call somebody hard, they can't hide it 100%. 10% will show, or 20% will show. Like me and you now, we friends, we cool. When we meet the first 1-2 months, something about me or something that is emotional, or something about this. Like, even I'm trying to be the best, the cool guy to you. There's something about me who observing that period. So women, you know, like we said love. When we woman say love my brother, because nothing she can listen to. You know, man, anybody tell a girl about she will never listen because the love is that pure. The love you know, actually. Was that the way in this relationship? This guy doing this, guy doing that. But before it was love. Even though it's wrong, that's just different. It's totally wrong. Yeah, we're just trying to sell out the basic. What lead to it at times, but it's totally wrong. Even for attitude or being love for you, but it's not just right. You know, but women at times create a space. You know, like a line. We're not in Russia. We're not in other countries that say this thing has so common. This is like Europe.
Yeah, I do agree. Now, what is like we're trying to look at is the reason that men will hit on the woman. That's what we are looking at. And you know right now, and I know exactly what you're dropping at. So reasons that, like what Karen said, like what you said. So probably, and I'm sure that one of you or two of you may agree with me that insecurity at times causes men to hit on a woman.
Oh yes. Jealousy.
Yeah. When a man is insecure, He hates on a woman because he feels that maybe probably she's cheating, or she's not showing that much affection that she used to show, or probably so he always wants to be one of the vent out his anger, on her. Yeah. So
like you're saying, to back it up, that's why I try to, because there's so many reasons.
So many reasons.
You see, jealousy. Trust me, I'm one of the most jealous people ever. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous to the point that I hate to see another man so close to my woman. That's how jealous I am. But if you have to be strong for that, to control it, you understand? If I have a problem or there's something, I'm not going to look into that. Some guys are so narrow-minded that they don't just do it at home. If they see her like maybe dancing with somebody and XYZ, they bat her by the hair in the midst of people, drag her.
That's the destructive part.
You understand? And start beating the hair out of her right in the midst of people. But if I have a problem with my woman, maybe there are things or whatever, I take my phone and text her. She replies, we'll talk on the phone. I text her, she replies, and we behave very normal like that, and everything is done. Nobody knows what's going on. When we go home, we cool. We don't discuss it again. We already discussed it on the phone. No, I don't like the way this other joke is going. Keep it down. She keep it down.
And if she listens to you, definitely she knows that.
Yeah.
She respects you.
She respects you. Yeah. So jealousy is there, but if you are weak, trust me, you'll not be able to control.
At times, or men will want to show who's the boss.
Control.
And control. That's some reason I'll make a woman.
Yeah, you guys always attacking the men.
No, but this is about men.
Yeah, I understand, but let's try to balance it. When we're talking about the men too, let go ahead small with women. But boy, there's some women that are very emotional to the extent that a lot of men hate on women, but the men just get common argument like things that can be settled no matter the things that insult. Some men hate when they insult that mother.
Yeah, when we started the topic, we said why they hate on women, who's to blame at times. So now we are discussing why would make a man want to
hate on women. Yeah, these are some of the reasons you got an emotional woman, annoying woman, like keep annoying every time. Not only you being jealous, we agree. One of the key reasons is jealous men. Everybody wants to protect others, like what you thought.
Yeah.
But look, I have this like annoying woman in the house. Like every small thing, she raises her voice at you, going to your parents, insulting your parents. That far. Being a man, sometimes you know what I'm talking about. You get weak. Just like I was saying, immediately get weak. But you now want to control emotion at that point.
You see, the thing about women, like how we normally say, giving men the room, the space, because people say most women are the cause. You understand? Like, I was in a relationship with a girl. One thing I hate lying. So I always want to be truthful. And once we get in a relationship, I tell you what I like and what I don't like. I tell you my worst thing. I tell you the length I can go when I'm jealous and everything. I tell you everything about me. So I tell you, don't lie to me. Anything I do, I'm not going to lie to you. So we talk. And she will lie. Even if you see her with this phone, you ask her, I saw you with this phone. She will lie. And it got me. It was something so disturbing every time. One time I went beyond and I slapped her. Wow. Before she said, yes, I did it. I'm like, should I hit you first? And when I went, I regret my action. I'm like, I look at my hair, I'm like, did I really do that? Because I was coming up, I promised myself, and I told my little brother, Abdullah, I told him, let us grow up in a way that we cannot beat on women. Let's be that kind of people. And I had to beat on her, I felt bad. You understand? So some women gave men the courage, but yet then still, no matter how much time, how much courage they will give you to beat on them, you have to be strong.
No, that's right. We are, and whoever you are watching, this is TMA, Teams About Men. If you're watching us, like I say, welcome to the program. This is a very interesting and very, very broad topic. We're about to go for a break, and when we come back from the break, we'll read you some of our Facebook comments, some of the comments people have been making while following the program. After that, we'll jump into the discussion and tell you who's to blame at times, if it is the man's fault, always. So right about now, let's jump into this break. After that, we'll read our Facebook comments and continue with our discussion.
The Dominion Christian Fellowship Center, Asa Wingard Global Ministry, Claratown Branch. Dominion, or True Bible Believing Church, where we speak nothing but the truth.
I know you are lying. God has
At the Dominion Christian Fellowship Center, we show you the way to true salvation, deliverance, and miracle.
If they are not concerned about improving your life, moving your life to the next level, but rather for you to be used under that roof as an instrument of destruction, they're not happy.
You can find part of our divine worship service or hour of encounter every Sunday with your humble servant, Reverend Clarence T. Payne.
My present help in times of trouble. I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna lift your name. I'm gonna bless you.
Welcome back. In case you just joined us, this is Things About Men, and we are discussing why do men hate on women. Alright, before we went for the break, we talked about some of our Facebook comments, so let us quickly run through those comments and then continue with our discussion. Alright, here we say, the first one here says, men should always be able to control their anger, always be a lover and not a fighter. Just try to avoid. Sometimes the women provoke, but a man should control himself. Violence and fighting cannot solve problems, just make things worse. Men, please learn to love and not to fight. This comment came in from Michael S. Bowie of Johnsonville. The next one here say, why will a man want to hit on a woman? Why the man cannot walk away from temptation? A man should be fully responsible for his responsibilities and in actions. This one came in from the man Jack Didon, who lives at New Hope, Somalia Drive. Alright, our next comment here says, no matter what happens, a man should be able to control himself. And this one is from Fasia Sherman. Another comment here says, men at all times are responsible because they should always be in control of their emotions. It is always because there is no situation that can allow a man to be on a woman, but find another means to let out your anger. And the comment came in from Wiadi Ayodele from Tottenham City, Bombing County. It said, at times, men's imagination leads them to beat on a woman. This comment came in from Roland Tule. And another comment here says, only weak men hate on women. Bobby Beer from the US of A sent in this comment. Our last but not the least, jealous and insecure men do that, but that's a sign of hate and not love. And this last comment came in from Marta Akosa of Front Street. Karen, just what you said, weakness.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what one of our followers said, weakness. Okay. So, we've discussed a couple of reasons. Now, let's jump into who's to blame at times. And who do we blame? Is it always the man's fault? That when he beat on a woman, is he always at fault?
Well, it's it's very interesting, you know, because like before going further, I would like to relate a little bit to the Bible.
Yeah.
The Bible said from the book of Psalms, I'm sure from the book of Psalms, it said, it is better to be alone in the desert, amen, to be alone in the desert than to be in a house with nagging and, you know, woman nagging and whatever. So it's the Bible. The Bible is telling us that it's not easy to be home with a nag. It's not easy just whining, a problematic woman, a woman who is so stubborn, doesn't listen, doesn't take advice. It's better to be in a desert alone than to live with such a person. So it's hard. It's very hard. But yet then still, we are still encouraged. You say, both of you are one.
So the good and the bad ways.
She's your flesh. She's your partner. You say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So all of those things are trying to tell us that no matter how worse it is, just as maybe if you were to be the one who is worse, what you're trying to take it out of that situation, you should be in that position to do the same for someone else. So the men have to be blamed.
The men have to be blamed.
Yes.
100% from your side?
Yes.
Amen. Do you agree with Karen on that?
It makes sense in another word because the
Barry said the men
the
are
men
to
have to
blame
be blamed.
100%.
Not 100%.
That's what he said.
No, but not 100%. But I blame like 80% of men have to be blamed, 20%. So it's majority. The point always high on the men's side. So let's look at it like what he was saying. The Bible says in Ephesians 5:8, man is to love his well as his body. Any man that love his body, cherish it. Imagine. And you know one thing about scripture, you go down 29, they will compare, most often, I don't know what about compare marriage with God. Men who Christ being having the church, being in relationship with the church. And you go to 29, he say, as Christ in the church. So meaning the way God cherishes the church, that is the same way a man should love his wife. So not because you're being emotional, not because you're being this. We're not trying to set us on places like what cause some other thing out. But I ain't giving me the right to say I'm gonna raise my hand. I got a real annoying wife to be. She's really annoying, but sometimes like I stand and I just laugh. She will talk. At the end of the day, when she see me laugh, she say, "Oh, so you making fun, eh? Very serious to you?" Because I already know exactly what I'm signing you for. I'm signing you this for life, that is not your contract. So you should observe in this particular person. I'm gonna know exactly what this person like, what is she doing that I don't like, what are some of the things I can dodge when it comes to, when she be emotional at the point, how can I dodge it? So all men out there, for me and Paul, we the men, we are the people like 80%, and the women out of the 20% are annoying, they're emotional, they are games to play, sometimes I lead the men to probably raise their hands. So
For me, I say 50-50.
wow.
Yeah. Women, seriously, look, no disrespect, okay? I'm not encouraging any man out there to go and hate on the woman because I myself, I don't want to do that. I will not encourage you. But let's look at this. There's a saying that says men hate, but women teach men how to hate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Seriously, there are some, like Karen said, some women can provoke you to the, like the common in the book around. Some women say, if you don't beat me, you don't love me. When I say you should use that.
They'll be discussing with our friends. See that boy, he's like, since we've been together 3 years now. He tests
Anything I do,
me.
he didn't even beat himself. You know? But sometimes the women really pushed the men to the edge.
And you right, okay? And there's this relationship I had before meeting my partner.
Karen, I mean,
I've been a young guy. I've been a young guy, you know.
I know.
I've just been a young guy, experiencing, trying to experience
I'm not the one
life.
saying it, Karen. I'm just trying to.
I've just been a young guy trying to experience
A
life.
very young, handsome guy.
Kind of stuff.
Hardworking.
Okay, you know, this girl was so controlling.
Okay, that's another thing.
Yes, she was so controlling, and from what I learned from people who knew her, she likes a man who beats on her. And
You learned that before you got into the relationship?
No, we were in a relationship before I got to know that.
Okay.
But we were cool though. I'm not a cool type. I don't beat, but I'm not a cool type. Principle minded.
Yeah.
I believe in principles. And before we get together, I take my principles. So because I was principle minded, even though I couldn't beat her, but she loved me. To the point that after we parted, she got in a relationship, she told me the guy is too cool for my liking. Yes, because she wants somebody who is hard.
We take control.
So no matter what, yes, someone who has control. That's somebody who she will have total control over. No, she doesn't want that.
Like that.
So sometimes they will push you to the point that they want you to beat them to prove, so you can prove that you have control. But no, I have control and authority over how I speak, how I tell you to do this, how we go about it together, than to lay my hands. You know? But other people will not take it. Since you telling me I should beat you, they will definitely beat you. But why I didn't go down to be beating her? Because by that time I could control myself. I was strong enough to control my hands. You know, and definitely I'm not weak. So you know,
that's another thing. You know, women don't like men who just sit back, sit idle, man, who just don't do anything. Women like somebody to take control.
Yeah.
And you know, like the last time we were discussing, men that always apologize when they feel you're weak. And always say, smart, oh sorry, like, you know. So women like men that takes control. I'm in control. My husband, my boyfriend, and you know, and when you give in an order, you like to take order. But if you just, and another bad thing is not never trade your place with a woman. If a woman takes your place to regain it, it's a problem.
Then
It's a serious problem.
you become like the floor right?
Yeah. You see, so Karen said 100% men are to blame. You said I said 50-50. Women are part of this equally so. Seriously.
the reason why I say 100, they encourage, They teach. You hate.
We hit.
Implement.
You implement it.
It's not good to
So
hit though.
you as the implementer, you should be blamed. Because if she encouraged you, there's not a crime yet. The crime, she encouraged me. Where's the proof? You don't have anything. But if you hit on all the bruise out there, they come looking at the bruise. Who hit? You hit.
Like the police.
You understand?
You see what's the best way.
So thank you. So once you're doing the hitting, she's gonna, laying the trap. But most often, trust me, we men, we just like control and we just wicked. We just weak. So we without even them giving us the courage, we set that trap for them. But not control them. Most men.
But not in all cases. Sometimes or man or reasonable sound man would not just sit and want to hit on his wife or his partner. There should be a cause or reason. Like for me, if my partner I would be cool, what would give me the cause to want to hit on her?
Yeah, but let's look at it this way. Some men have this problem for childhood. Growing up, you see what happened in the home, growing such on. So that is already part of you. It's already like part of you. So you're growing up, sometimes the woman even do something that's not even gonna make you angry. Just because like when you said you want to be the boss of that home, you get angry, you want to get in a possessive attitude like I'm the owner of this home, I'm the boss, and not to do this, not. Let's look at this logic that your wife take this phone in place there. Each time you come and ask her, oh, not taking place, like, forget all of it. Just come back home there, I'm the boss. After I'm telling her to take them, put it, and then she's not hearing me. Got start acting. So that thing is part of you. You've been seeing it from the childhood time you grew up with it. Some people in the society grew up with the kind of way you see things happening around in the society. I get part of you. So even living in part of the world, it will still be a little tip of your life. So not just only a cool man, we got some men naturally for just like that.
And just to spice it up small, I met with a friend, Pat. He had this problem with his girl, and sometimes he appears kind, loving, and whatever. There's this time he started being physical on her.
Yeah.
So in trying to ask for us to discuss XYZ, his reason is this is not me. I know it's not me. I never planned to do this.
Exactly.
But I've tried every method. It's not working.
Exactly.
So I want to try this method to see if it will work. But now the problem is, if you try the method, it works. It becomes what? If it works, it's just a try and error.
Yeah.
But it works. It becomes what? It becomes a solution now.
Yeah.
Every time there's a problem, you want to use that method. So you become an abuser as well.
Exactly.
She becomes a battered. So you will always use that method. You say, all the talking and that doing can work. Only this method can work because she's so stubborn. So once this method is working, now you always
in that video is that insulting as a senior police justice.
So it's better to always avoid these things, no matter how many times they will encourage us to do that. It's better to avoid it.
Women on this program, we always have in your backs, okay? Karen said 100% men to blame. Emmanuel said 80, I said 50-50. Don't hit me for that. Sometimes you guys push us to the edge, but it's never good to beat on a woman, alright? So if you just wonder, this is the program Things About Men. We are going for this break. When we come back, we try to wrap it up and then sign up for on this program. So stay with us, we'll be right back after this break.
This is in your markup. The Israel refused to come to Liberia. The main reason why I come to Liberia because God spoke to me in my dream. God said, oh, in Jamaica, you have to go to Liberia. I said, oh, but there's no lead there. He said, oh, no, but we have lead. And I said, what kind of light? He said, light TV. I said, oh, I thought I allowed light. Because 2 years time, you see, not in a light TV. Since I came to LeBron, I wanted to go back. I nearly changed my mind. I started to go back. But since I started watching light TV, hey God, light TV can show fun program. Hey God, you see light TV, who know what light TV mean? Can see quality sport. Oh God, like I go watch light TV, I see the guy go school, push car go. I go put on station on, I push car go, go school or handball go. That two different things came up. Light TV been a real one, real push car go. Me see me enjoying it like the quality football. Hey God, because see live TV they can show all the fun music on it by ego. I see them on living or watching my TV, my phone, they're dancing for myself. I swear to God, all the best movie, like real movie that you can think about, our culture, only live TV, the drama, comedy drama. You want to see in your mouth, acting funny, tune into live TV, you will see me clear, color, visa, big, art to art. I tell you seriously, so you take by the money, you sit in your living room. Make sure you tune into live TV. Because someone go back, someone go back because of live TV. Live TV is the best station. They entertain every day. So wherever you are, whether you Liberia, you Sierra you Guinea, I in Jamaica saying that England refuse to come to Liberia now again because of live TV. Tune into live TV. Everyone they are said the boy. Everyone they can't leave the boy. Anyway, you see him on my just started there. Oh yeah, he not into live TV now. He say that they chicken me out, they chicken me out. Let me go there, the boy. Let me go there, the boy. I'm going to go. See what go to you. Platinum Entertainment, baby.
The Dominion Christian Fellowship Center, Asa Winger Global Ministry, Clarendon Branch. Dominion, or True Bible Believing Church, where we speak nothing but the truth.
I know you are lying. God has another plan for your life.
At the Dominion Christian Fellowship Center, we show you the way to true salvation, deliverance, and miracle.
If they are not concerned about improving your life, moving your life to the next level, but rather for you to be used under that roof as an instrument of destruction, they're not happy.
You can find part of our divine worship service or hour of encounter every Sunday with your humble servant, Reverend Clarence T. Payne.
My present help in times of trouble. I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna lift your name.
Alright, welcome back. In case you just joined us, you're watching the program Things About Men, and if you just joined us, like I said, you have missed a big part of the discussion, but notwithstanding, if you missed any of our discussion, you can still watch or repeat of our programs on Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our YouTube channel, our YouTube page, Light Communications Investment, and you watch all of our repeat episodes. Go on Facebook and type in Light TV. Or even go to Things About Men on our Facebook page, and you also watch and follow the conversation. And those of you that are always sending your comments, keep sending your comments. We'll read it on the show just like we did with the others. Alright, we're about to conclude. So, Karim, what do you have in your mind? Because we're talking about men, women. We're not encouraging it. Please stop that. Do not do it, men. Even if your woman provoke you, do not do it. Okay? Yeah, don't beat on her. Don't hate on her. We know how to put in the annoying at times. Very annoying because they remind me of the problem. So please, we're not encouraging any men out there to hate on their women, okay?
Sure, we are not.
We're not encouraging any men.
And Emmanuel was talking something about Russia.
Yeah.
So this is not Russia. You understand? Wherein you see people just beat on your partner, kill them, like they are just nothing. You understand? And that's one reason why you see most times a battered wife or woman will not want to leave a relationship, because they fear. If you go through analysis, you realize that most of the women that have been killed were killed after they left the relationship. After they decided that this relationship is a problem, I'm being abused every minute. When they leave, those guys take out that anger, and they be like, when I kill her, nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Nobody will even know, say, I did it.
I mean, like, yeah, she's not with me. I don't love her anymore, so I can just kill her and nothing to lose. So he feels he has nothing to lose. So, because of that, most of them feel insecure to leave. They just get stopped. They just get stopped. But hey, never get stopped. The best thing to do is to open up. Tell the people in your community, tell the local government, tell the law. Let them see how best we can put a stop to it. Leave the relationship if it is that bad. Leave it. Make sure everybody knows. Don't just walk out easily. Walk out easily and have a problem will come. Let everybody know that this is the type of man you've been with. So if you leave, something happens, he knows very well that people are going to come after him.
You know, at times, some of the reasons the women would want to like you say, stay in that place, get stuck up is like, one, they feel that maybe Because sometimes when men hit on a woman, I think I watched a movie like that. He will come back and like beg.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I don't know what came over me. I watched a movie that just cannot
Yeah,
remember
Lord
the
is
name.
there, so yes.
And the woman will say, okay, let me forgive him. Probably he will change. She will be there. They will be fine after a short period of time. After a certain time, when something little happen again, bam, the anger spark up. He will hit on her and he come to himself again. What am I doing? And so the women at times will say, each time he apologizes, will say, let me give you that.
She's
So,
in love.
and all the time they are doing, time is
Time is
going.
going.
Time is going.
Yeah,
Time is
yes,
going.
You know, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very good point you just raised. And the next thing to it is, you know, like sometimes for them to stay there, sometimes you blame the women though. To
Yeah.
stay there,
Yeah.
to stay there, you blame them because a lady will feel like this guy is damaged.
There's no repair.
Only me can fix him.
Okay.
That's what I said.
She feels like only me can fix him. Only me can make him do the right thing. Only me can put up with his nonsense. No other person can.
That's
So I'm
the
going to stay there to fix him.
Fix
That's
it.
the mistake.
As you fixing him,
It's
he's
getting
damaging you as time going by. So you damaging yourself as time going. Before you make up your mind, you've already reached the stage that
You leave. No other man want to.
another man want to take you.
He gets stuck.
He gets stuck. You didn't damage him. If he damaged himself, no way he cannot repair himself. Leave.
Like some relationships, see, on the two sides, if a guy tell a girl you're stupid in the really first time, her reaction will tell him what to do the next time, or to never use that word,
Or to use it.
in the opposite.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So if he raises him up the first time, what you will do will determine the next move in the next action.
Yeah.
What you will do, like probably leaving, and then you go like the Western way, Western way children do, they taking the big issue, the massive violence, something easy. Even the next woman, if you won't do like this, you run to your mind, what I did the last time, so it will happen this time. But if you just smile and just like man go kneel down and beg you, the man free, the man go the next time, the man sign you, and you see one go to the parents village and the man beg you.
That's the
It
problem.
grow in gradually become part of it. The more he do it, it grow in you. The more he do it, it grows straight. So the women too, man.
And lastly, should I say lastly? Or as we talking,
Yeah.
maybe other reasons will pop
Yeah.
up. As we are going ahead, one other thing, you know, that one of the reasons why a woman who is being abused, a battered wife or girlfriend, stays in a relationship is sometimes they don't know that they are being abused.
Yeah.
They don't know that they are being abused. They feel it's just part of relationship. There are ups and downs. So sometimes it will get rough, sometimes it will get better. So they don't know that they are being abused. Some of them don't even have idea or knowledge about what abuse is, then what a relationship can break and what we're about. So because they don't know, they stay there and get abused every day and night.
Over and over.
And like most often when you find a woman being stuck into a relationship like that, they are married couple.
Yes.
One reason she don't want to break that vow of separation or going to a divorce.
Sure.
Some women, yeah, some. You'll find that mostly with married couple, but boyfriend and girlfriend, that woman will easily maybe get out. But the wife will say, well, I took a vow for the altar, for better for worse. He's my husband. Probably he's going through something that causing him to react this way. So let me talk to him. And then in that case, you see when you get off, and you go to the pastor, and you know, for counseling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you see things that they continue, usually happen with married couples. Yeah, sure.
All right. Let me just. I was doing a research and I came across few of those abuse cases in some countries.
Yeah.
Like for example, in Thailand, Bangkok, 50% of the married women have been beaten on a regular basis, according to the Pacific Institute of Women Health. 50% of the women, married women, regular, not something that's no money. Then in Russia, we have in 1 year 14,500 Russian women are killed by their husband
From violence.
for violence. 56,400 are disabled and badly injured from domestic violence, according to the Guardian newspaper. So see, it's not only like bro, I've never reached.
No, we're not discussing just
so
about
I'll get
bro.
enjoy.
Men,
I'll
men.
get enjoy. If you're in Russia, then I will cheat.
In Russia, they're killing it.
I kill it. Oh, imagine 14,500. Carry.
You know,
It's not a small number.
it's not a small number. We're laughing though, but
Yeah.
it's
No, it's
not
serious.
laughable. It's serious. Sure.
It's very serious.
So that brother girl, now so she has 15% not that when she not boyfriend.
Somebody say forget the violence, the domestic. Violence is violent.
Yes,
Violence is
That's
violent. Forget the domestic.
That's
Don't polish it. Don't make it fun.
No fun,
As
yeah.
violent. Okay. So we should stop it. Put an end to it, please, man. We know that the women, like when I say 50, they are annoying at times. They push us to the edge. I know that, and you know, but man,
Pure
people
man.
so it's not a good thing. You cannot love something about someone and you hate on that person.
Real men don't beat a woman. That's
Don't do that. Okay. So we're about to go, but I think I will start with email.
Okay, I should close up, right?
Yeah, close up from your end.
Okay, like most often, I always say before leaving the show, we are not perfect. We are human just like ourselves. We all make error one way or the other. I myself have done it, I think 2 times. If I can remember. But in real life, this is not just something that any young man should do or any married partner. And if any woman watching or female watching this program, if you are dating or in coaching guy and you see he's been domestic violent, you're violent in the first, second time, quit that relationship. Don't let it go to marriage. If you get to marriage, you'll get worse than the thing. And to the married women and men also, like Gary, do not hit on your wife. Anything you should do, you are the man. You don't have to be that weak to hit on your wife. Because I'm about taking the step that Gary maybe in 2 years down, 3, 4 also do. So I want to say a big thank you to the entire Light TV family, our cameraman, our also my beautiful wife. To be, I promise you, people, I will not do it. I will never do it. Okay, for
Gary, you're Emmanuel. Promising.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to make promises. Unfortunately, I don't make promises because I don't like promises actually.
No.
Yes, I always say maybe because I don't know. I always try to be better. We are better. We pray and try to be better. We pray and try to be good. Like Emmanuel said, we're not talking because we are perfect. You know, we too can fall a victim. We too can do those same things. You know, but we are talking it because we realize that it's not something that is good. So we can work it out. Be good to your partner. Be good to your friend. Be good to your neighbor. Love everybody. I want to say a big thank you to everyone watching. To my family back home. Watching, I want to say thank you for watching. I love you all. This is Abdul Karim Sharif. Thank you.
Why she call your family name?
You're attacking me, my man, please. Alright, it was so nice being in your company, being with me. All those always watching Light TV and watching things about me. We say thank you, we appreciate you. Keep sending in your comments, go to our Facebook page, leave your comments, and watch repeat of our episode. Thanks to our cameraman Roland Tude, thanks to Flankai, our switcher in there, and thanks to you, our viewers, for always watching. Like to sponsor the show, please help us. Please do that. Okay, because I would like to be on Capital Finance. Until we see you next week for another brand new topic. This is Things About Men. And have a nice day.
Bye.
God bless you. We are done.